Non-British people of Reddit. What do you find odd about Britain? When British people want to be extra mean to you, they just act super polite. The amount of culinary shows on TV. Went to London for the first time a couple years ago. Had several people say hello with "Hey, you alright?" Which made really self-conscious until I realized it was like, "Hey, how are you? Alright mate." This one gets me every fucking time. My American ass answers now with, "I'm great. How are you?" Still haven't figured out how to answer. The constant battle for who can self-deprecate the most. From the US, I have never heard so many ways to insult someone. Bellend, knobhead, nods, pedo, clampet, SP, edit, plant plot, mardy cunt, slag, yeah donut. Also an extensive list. I've heard of things you'd rather do than what's been suggested. I'd rather shit in me hands and clap. I'd rather circumcise myself with a butter knife. I'd rather watch my mum give birth. I'd rather have half an inch in me mum and my dad have half an inch in me, then decide to go forwards or backwards. I'd rather shit in a bag and wrap it round me face and suffocate myself. Roadman. We are just as confused about them as you are, especially private schooled roadmen like bruv. Your primary school cost more than my car per term. You aren't a roadman. Roadman girls are weird. They always come from the most upper middle class areas. Like WTF. Take of the Northie jacket and speak like a human. I can understand the ones from London because they might have been exposed to all that and desperately want to fit in. But it's the ones that go away to an edgy uni like Leeds or Manchester, then rollerplay as this type of girl for 3 years before returning to their upper middle class house like near London, that annoy me. Replying brilliant after every comment makes me wonder if they are being sarcastic or have a set a really low bar of what brilliance is. Depends on the context, but usually it's not sarcasm. We are a bit backwards with how we use certain words, to be honest. Brilliant can pretty much be as low as an acknowledgement, whereas "this restaurant is alright" can mean "this is an excellent restaurant." When Brits say you wanna go for a drink, American translation, literally one drink, British meaning 10 pints, kebab and a souvenir traffic cone. Not necessarily odd, but I love how there are charity shops everywhere. Gotta love getting a bargain on books. Their drinking culture. You mean our binge drinking on weekends or things like a cheeky little pint with lunch? I think having a pint at lunch is what they are talking about. Why everyone over there thinks I have an Uncle Bob. Wait until you hear about your Aunt Fanny. The astonishing number of Indian restaurants all across the United Kingdom. Indian to the Brit is what Mexican is to the American. The tribalism in the England alone, never mind the whole UK. Liverpool to Manchester is a 45-minute drive from each other, and they have completely different accents and cultures. Over in Yorkshire it's again completely different. London is a different world. The Midlands is another whole thing, and they all appear to hate each other. As an American, it's amazing to study. Henry the Hoover. I lived in the UK for a few months, and every vacuum I saw grinned at me with that weird face. A true national treasure. We should put him on the new £50 note. Saying sorry for things you shouldn't be sorry for. Egg. Me. Stands in Tesco looking at frozen food. Person next to me also looking at frozen food. Oh sorry. I never quite realized it till I went there, but tea is the cure-all / end all for any situation. You didn't get into the college you want? Here, have some tea. You're a little groggy? Have some tea. Your arm's been lobbed off. Let's get you some tea. Why? Edit. Collage to college. I'm pretty bad at spelling, don't worry about it. It's been in the culture for so long it's sort of become a comfort drink. I know people who even need a cuppa before going to sleep. Just did 2 weeks in the UK. To me, the things that seemed the oddest were actually improvements over Canadian culture. Kids and dogs can go to pubs. Cashiers at grocery stores get to sit down. Roundabouts everywhere. The popularity of ketamine. There was a ket shortage in 2015, and it was a huge national issue. People were losing their minds about it. Edit. Spelling. Place names. I don't mean Coxwallop or whatever crude rural towns they have. I mean shit like Stratford upon Avon. When I go to the dictionary of English place names, the very first thing that pops out to me is called Abbotskerswell. Also among the A's is Ab Kettleby, Angmering, Three Arlingtons, Arahirnabin and Askerman Furnace. Going all the way to the end of the list, we see that the final name starting with Y is #YSTUMLLWYNARTH. Saying alright as a greeting. At first I didn't know how to react. I was like, yeah, I'm fine mate. Got a problem? I think it's odd that your entire country is roughly the same size as the US state I live in. Yet whenever I see pics of England there's all this open space, hills, and country roads, and wee villages that look lost in time, and you're still a major world power. I'm from Norway and I've lived in London for 3 years. I lost my voice last year. It was gone for a week. And it struck me how much you talk to strangers here out of politeness. People must have thought I was so rude for not saying back sorry whenever I walked too close to another customer in a grocery shop that week. I've picked up the habit of saying back sorry to everything. I once said sorry to a chair. Edit. Customer not costumer. I'm British, but some of my American friends don't understand why my washing machine is in my kitchen. Or how I drink tea that isn't iced. Admittedly that one works in reverse as well. I love the difference between American and British programming, especially kitchen nightmares. British version. Oh, the lobster's off. Yeah, you can't serve it. You'll get someone sick. American version. It's spoiled. You donkey. You'll kill someone. Shut it down. Shut it all down. Fuck me. Cue dramatic music. 3 jump cuts to shocked expressions. And a commercial. Recently moved to England from the US, San Diego, and have been here for about a year and a half. Some weird ones. Alright mate. Yay dude. Does it look like something's wrong? Fanny pack is not the term here. Frigid does not mean cold. My English wife still laughs at that one. As an American, the number of security cameras in public places, particularly in London. Yet magically we seem to cover them in butter before a crime goes down. Spaniard here. Why do you keep jumping from our balconies? Sun does weird things to our heads. No air conditioning is pretty weird for an American. Trains that work. Massive prices in central London. Edit. Wow, you people are salty about your trains. And yeah, I know it's not hot, but it is incredibly humid. Coming from California it felt like living under the ocean. All Europeans are of the opinion that everybody else's trains work better than their own. As a Swede you would always listen and answer honest questions out of politeness, such as, hello, how are you, hello, I'm fine, thank you for asking, and how are you, fine as well, see you later. As a Brit you would, out of politeness, always ask how that person are, but without any need to listen to the answer and get the question back and answer too. That was shocking to me first. Edit. I mean when you meet in 2 different directions and greet each other, no one would answer other than fine, thanks and you, in Sweden either, but would not ask are you alright, would in this occasion just say hi or nod. Brits can never decide if they want to use the metric system or not. You measure your weight in stone, your height in feet, and your beer in pints, but you buy your produce in grams, your petrol in liters, and switch between miles and kilometers on a whim. What gives? Edit. Okay, I get it. You don't use kilometers, but you do use centimeters, and sometimes meters. Somehow I'm even more confused than before.